Hello and welcome to episode 67 of the Championship Rounds podcast. This week was a pretty good week for boxing this weekend. On the main card this weekend, the all four fights delivered, I think. So we'll start off there. Shakur Stevenson beats William Zepeda. A really good fight, but a really good performance. I thought Shakur won pretty comfortably, 9 rounds to 3. But yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good fight and a really good performance from Shakur.
The problem with people saying it was close is that second half happened. I mean, I don't really know the punch stats, but I mean his output looked like it halved in the second half. But even in the first half, when Zepeda was having his success, Shakur was comfortable. I mean, he was making him miss. The only reason he was hit so much because Zepeda was throwing so much. But relative to that, I mean, his defense was still good. It was just the visuals really just being outworked rather than outlanded. I mean, he was always landing the cleaner, better punches. But I guess he was fighting Zepeda's fight. I don't know. Maybe did he choose to sit on the ropes, or did he have no choice? Who knows? But I mean, we know Shakur can fight like that. I mean, he's fought like that before. We know he can stand in front of you and not get hit. And well, he showed us he can do it against one of his toughest tests, maybe even his toughest fight on paper. I don't
know. I got the punch stats. Zepeda threw a combined 206 punches in the rounds 2 and 3. 93 punches in round 4. And then, later half, it started to drop down in the 70s and 60s for Zepeda's throwing punches.
Even 70 feels a bit much. But then again, I guess it's he does throw. When he does throw, he throws 20 punches at once.
And then Shakur basically hovered around 50. The entire fight: 53, 50, 54, 54, 48, 43, 45, 40, 46, 47, 40, 45. So it was really the same.
I mean, once he figured Zepeda out, I mean, it was pretty much a wrap. I mean, he didn't sit on the ropes as much in the second half. He kept the center of the ring, and he actually occasionally pushed Zepeda back. I don't really know. What more do you want? I mean, you call him a runner, and then he fights like that, and then people are like, oh, he should have boxed. He got hit. Well, of course he got hit. It's boxing. No one's going to be happy. Everyone's going to moan. Someone's going to moan or something.
I enjoyed it.
You know what? Go on, Torch.
No, that was it. It just I enjoyed. I finally got to not be frustrated watching him fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. The one thing that just struck me was just how good Shakur is defensively. We already knew that, but Jesus Christ. There were points in that fight where Zepeda would throw sort of 8 or 9, 10 punches in a combination, and none of them would land. And Shakur's cornered, and it's he's just making him miss everything, and it was just ridiculous. It's the sort of the reason I think a lot of people have it close is sort of because of that. Zepeda wasn't landing. He was just throwing out loads of punches, and so Shakur was sort of sat on the ropes, comfortable, and they weren't sort of landing. He did get caught at one point. I think it was the second or the third round. And it did sort of stun Shakur a little bit, but he was fine. But just the amount of punches that Zepeda missed was just ridiculous, and I think that took a lot out of him, especially second half. The output dropped, and last 6 rounds, I gave every round to Shakur. He was just dominant, and he found his rhythm, and he found his timing, and he was just dominant second half.
Yeah, it's like you can throw a million punches, and if you're landing low of them, it's fine. But when you're missing, that's that's what's tiring. And it wasn't even like he was sitting on the ropes just defending. I mean, he was actively countering as well with clean punches because the Zepeda has no defense. It's, I guess it's hard to see. Like, it wasn't hard to see for the judges because I had it wide. But I guess for people watching, I guess it's hard to see. The visuals look bad, but when you actually use the scoring criteria, like he's scoring all the points there.
Zepeda really did himself a disservice throwing like 300 plus punches in like a 3 round span,
Like, I mean,
all at the start of the fight.
he probably should have just like dropped the output a bit and picked his punches better. I mean, he just kind of throws to throw. He doesn't really think about what he's doing. He just throws to throw, and it usually just overwhelms everyone. But not everyone's as smart as Shakur's team. I mean, he's the best defensive fighter in the sport without question for a reason. And he's just fought his best defensive opponent, who threw a lot of punches, and he still showed insane defense
Yeah.
whilst being great offensively.
It says Zepeda threw 979 punches and only landed 272, 27.8%.
Yeah, like imagine someone else, like Zepeda had someone else that was fighting like that against him. He's throwing like 1,500 punches and he's landing like 700 of them.
Yeah, with Shakur, he's really just throwing to try to disrupt something or get like a little sneak one in, which he did do sometimes. Where he land one of his straight lefts or like an overhand or something, but it was too far in between.
Yeah, like it's not like Zepeda did bad. I mean, he fought. I mean, he did Zepeda. I mean, he threw loads of punches. He tried to put the pressure on. I mean, he landed more than anyone's landed on Shakur. I mean, it's just Shakur is better. I mean, that's really all it is. We couldn't really do much more. I mean, he came out throwing loads of punches, averaged a couple of 100 punch rounds, and like, what else can he do? I mean, he tried his best. He just genuinely tried his best. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just sort of what Zepeda is as a fighter, though, isn't it? Like, sort of, he's always been a very, very basic guy, but just people just fold under pressure. And when you don't fold under pressure, you saw with Alvarado, like, that was a close fight because he just didn't fold under the pressure, and he was strong, and he's Alvarado for whatever it's worth about his technical ability. He has got good long straight shots, and that's ultimately where you're going to beat Zepeda, and that's what Shakur did when he was at mid to long range. He was just eating Zepeda up, and he hurt Zepeda a couple of times. He was landing loads clean, so he was so accurate offensively, and like, yeah, it was a really good performance. Like, probably the best of his career, maybe that or Valdez. I don't know.
It was
Like,
definitely.
mm, I think like Herring might be his best performance, but I think this Zepeda, it's just different. I mean, Zepeda didn't. I mean, Herring didn't really offer anything. I think Zepeda
That's what,
did
that's
offer.
what that's what I'm using really. That it's like comparing it to the opponent, and it's still like a top two performance. So
Like, actually, I'll probably actually, yeah, probably Zepeda to be honest. Like, I mean, I guess he's seen a style like Herring's and Valdez's before. Never really seen anything like Zepeda. Dealt with it pretty well. Had like some uncomfortable moments first half and came through them. Like it wasn't round three that punch. It was the jab that stumbling it back into the ropes, and then just dominated in the second half. Yeah, I did give him a round in the second half. I gave him round 8 and 2 and 3. That's it. Like closer than that, 8-4 maybe.
I think that's the max.
Like any closer than that, and you just can't score fights. To be honest, yeah, really. It's just that simple. You can't score fights, or you don't know the scoring criteria.
I've seen a lot of that yesterday. A lot of people
Like,
not knowing how to score fights.
yeah, like okay, effective aggression. People score that. I don't because I don't care if you come forward. Like effective aggression is really just someone coming forward and landing punches. But how is it effective if you're coming forward and you're not really landing much and you're being countered? You can't just score punches to someone. Or can't just score around someone just because they came forward. Like, who cares? This is boxing. There's more than one way to fight.
Yeah, like you know, I a lot of that scoring was quite bad yesterday.
It was
Very,
disgusting.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I
Um,
see people having Zepeda winning. I'm like, what are you doing? He didn't win.
Well, actual judges and just people in general, the scorecards was disgusting
Like,
for
the,
everybody.
the actual judges' scorecards were better than people having it close or Zepeda winning. I mean, it wasn't even that bad. 118, 110, I could see that.
I know I understand what you're talking about. That one account that had Zepeda winning 8-4.
No, I've seen more as well. And I've seen
yeah,
people like, oh, it's close. The judging was terrible. Like, was it? Like, okay,
like
one of them only gave him one round. Okay, fair enough. But 10-2, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
yeah, like it's it doesn't help when CompuBox can't count the punches properly either, because you're getting graphics and you're getting he's landed this amount of punches when he clearly hasn't. Like I you can't accurately count how many punches the Pader was landing live
Yeah,
in that fight.
I don't think like Hobbybox said he won. He landed 272 punches. I no. It does say 110 were body shots. But that might be true, but the head punches, there's no way he landed over 100 head punches.
And like,
Yeah,
even if he did, like,
They were
relative to how much he threw,
they're probably
like,
partially blocked or something.
or like rolled with him.
Yeah, or like barely touched his face.
yeah. Like
Like,
you can't accurately do punch stats live. I've always said that. Like if you want to
Especially
do them,
of a volume puncher.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like if you want to do them, like take time to look at different angles of the fight and do it. Like I don't know, 24 hours after. But like you can't you can't do it live because like
Especially
TV
like
angles are at
ringside
one
or something.
side. Like you like even you see on knockdowns like if you're at a certain angle with the camera for some knockdowns you can't see the shot that drops in. So how are you seeing every single punch? Like it's just not it's not possible. But yeah, really good performance from Shakur. Really
yeah.
really good performance.
That was a good effort from Zepeda.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't stop trying, but like he is just basic. It's unfortunate, but he's just a basic volume puncher, and
Like, he is what he is. And
yeah,
he's never going to be someone like Shakur.
yeah,
Under any circumstance.
yeah. It was a really good performance and a nice fight actually. I enjoyed the fight. Um, we'll move on. Should we do? Oh, we'll do this one next. We'll do the two world titles first. Alberto Puello loses his world title, super lightweight, to Subriel Matias via majority decision. The prediction that nobody was picking here. Quite put Matias on points. No, nobody was picking that. Yeah, a weird fight, a really good fight. Matias had a lot of momentum in the first half, and then Wayo had pretty much all the second half. But it was a fight of pretty much when you had that change sort of going around, I guess. Um, I didn't score it live. I went back and scored it today. I had it Wayo winning, but yeah, it was a close fight. I'm not mad at those cards to be honest, but I thought Wayo won.
I thought Puyo won as well, but like I'm not even like Puyo's had like definitely one fight he shouldn't have won. Like
Mm.
San Martin, lots of people had him losing there. So if it just to lose one that maybe he should have won that was close, that could have gone either way. Yeah, whatever.
It's payback for Akhmedov.
Yeah, I mean it's like if you don't want to lose a close fight, do more.
Don't make it close. And yeah, he should have not held so much and did a bit more offense when Matias was seemingly lost a lung in the second half of the fight.
Yeah, because he kind of did that against Valenzuela, like gassed out, but like Valenzuela was already finished by then.
He already
It's like
beat on him too much for him not to. He like just took a round off basically.
Matias put so much effort into like the first 7 rounds, trying to stop him, or at least do some damage enough, and like it didn't happen. He didn't fold, and there wasn't really that much damage done, to be honest. And he didn't really have much left. I don't. Yeah, I mean, he did look like he lost a lung in the second half. He was still coming forward, but he wasn't really throwing much behind it. I thought it was a reasonably pretty dominant first half for Matias and pretty dominant first half for Puyo. So, maybe that means it should have been a draw.
I feel like it probably should have, to be honest. It felt like it.
Because, I mean, it's a lot of the rounds, they were so close. Well, not like loads of the rounds, but there was a few close rounds that could have gone either way. And I do see, I was seeing lots of people when I woke up, like, oh yeah, Puyo winning. And then I saw other people, I thought Matias did enough with his output. But, see, that's a guy against someone who's, on the ropes. That's a guy being effective, not Zepeda. But in his defense, he's fighting Shakur, and Matias is fighting Alberto Puyo. Who, I mean, his defense isn't terrible, but he's not Shakur.
No. But yeah, Matias does know how to actually vary up his attack, and he's not just throwing the same like 5 punch combination over and over again. And he's
Yeah,
not loading up on everything either.
I mean, he never really did load up. I mean, he mostly just throws
Like,
on
I
punches.
thought I thought Puello was gonna gas out really bad because he was trying to punch
He was
holes
loading
through
up.
Matias.
I don't know
He was
what
trying
he
to
was. He
punch
was just
holes through Matias in the first half.
he was just trying to keep him off him. No, just try and hit him. Just hitting him will keep you off. I mean, you're not gonna. It's not like he's a massive puncher. So what's the point? Just try and hit him.
Genuinely, just tapping Matias would probably make him just keep resetting before he
Yeah,
launches
pretty much.
like
That's
the
what he does.
combinations.
He'll screw up his feet, screw up his body, stick a high guard, and then he'll reset his stance to try and throw again. If you do that every time, he's just not going to throw, but he's just going to throw so much less. That's
But
what he
you
This,
try
does.
to knock his head off, then that's what's gonna happen.
this is what I mean. This is what I meant. Sorry, when I tweeted that he is the worst good fighter I've ever seen. He's so bad, Matias, but he's so good, and it doesn't make any sense. Like his feet are all over the place. He
He's an
squares up.
offensive marvel. Really.
Yeah, like he throws arm punches constantly. He squares up. He's got no head movement. He's got no upper body movement. His feet are slow. Like he's bad, but somehow these guys just it's just the power. Like these guys just sort of end up shutting up against him. And Puello did it at times. He fought back a lot, and that's sort of why I had him winning. But like, man, like the intensity and the physical pressure is just something else, man. From Matias, like, because he shouldn't be this good. He shouldn't be competitive in these fights. He should be a one-dimensional puncher. He's just not that good. But like that pressure, man, is something else. But yeah, it was a really fun fight. Like, I think, yeah, Puello. I think it sounds weird, but I think the stoppage was there for Puello second half. Like, if he really, really
It
sort of up
was.
the gears,
It
he
was.
could have.
He probably punched. He probably punched himself out a bit by try to kill Matias in the first half. All these loading overhands and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, because Matias was so much like worse off in like the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, and in the last 2 rounds, he was like
He
boxing.
was he was reeling at the end.
Like he was boxing. Like when you could actually go and like stop him. Like, I'm sure he probably won the rounds on the cards, but if he didn't, that's not good.
he did. He won both rounds and all three.
Oh, good. I was gonna say that would have been bad
Yeah,
if we didn't.
but yeah, it was a really, really good, entertaining fight. They sort of announced in the ring, um, that Matias is going to fight. Um, what's his name? God,
Dalton
Dalton
Smith,
Smith. Dalton Smith next.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I think Matias is going to put him in a blender. To be honest,
I just hope the turnaround is not too nasty for him because it's only like 4 months after. Like it wasn't like a slugfest, but it was a physical fight, and he did get hit like with a lot of punches. He was getting headbutted a lot, so.
yeah.
But
I,
I still don't think Dalton's good enough to beat him, to be honest, or
uh,
active enough.
Dalton square. He cuts up easily. He swells up easily. He squares up all the time. He's got no upper body movement or head movement. He throws one shot at a time. And his feet are slow. He's just I've never really seen him box off the back foot effectively. I think Matias is going to push him back and just beat him up.
Well, you're forgetting the most important aspect, which is
Yeah, he's
definitely why he's not
British.
losing. He's British. He's not
Yeah,
winning.
yeah, yeah. He's not, is he?
No, like
Um,
British fighters just do not beat that style.
They get mauled by that stuff.
Well, unless you're like great, and Don Smith is not great.
It's not good. And that'd
yeah,
be all right.
he's
No, he's all right.
he's one of the fighters of all time.
He is
Um,
one. He's a boxer with a license.
um, yeah, I just yeah, he's going to just get beat up, and there's apparently saying Puello was going to fight the winner. I don't know how that works. Um, but yeah, whatever. We'll move on to we'll do that last. We'll do the Sheeraz fight next. Yeah, Berlanga's just not very good, is he? For being honest,
No, he's not. Should probably
like
retire just right now. Stop.
Sheeraz looked good. He was controlling it with his range early. Not much happened. Then in the third, he starts landing clean a bit, and then in the fourth, he takes Berlanga's head off, and then they put it back on between rounds for some reason and send him back out. And I don't know why they did that because he was done. The ref should have stopped it after the second knockdown, and they shouldn't have let him back out because he was all over the place. He was finished.
I can't believe he got up from that knockdown. To be honest, like Berlanga isn't that good, but he's tough as shit. There's, there's a lot to say about him and his style. But, he really like cares to be in there, like a lot. But yeah, that was gonna happen.
Yeah, like I feel with Berlanga, like a lot of it is. I think he would have been developed a lot better had he had proper fights instead of trying to keep that KO thing going on. If you know what I mean?
Definitely. Like, there's no reason why you should start your career off like for like 2 years without going back to the corner. Not one time. That's ridiculous. Like, okay,
Yeah,
you get like 10 like 8 straight, 10 straight. Oh, it's cool. There's no way you should have nearly got to 20 fights and nearly had the same amount of fights as rounds. Fuck. Like, that's ridiculous.
yeah,
Look how
and he's
bad he looked the first time he went past the first round.
yeah,
Mm, bad fighter looks bad.
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, we are
yeah.
hilarious doing the main event third.
It's
Still, it's just not the main event.
there,
It didn't feel like it.
there's like
It was
26 million main events for every one of these cards. They just make it up. So
it's like not an uneventful main event, but one-sided. Yeah, not much happened for a couple rounds. You've already said this, but I don't need chance him. And then his corner wanted to die. Referee wants him to die. Everyone wants him to die. It's like if you're gonna let him come out for the fifth round, and if the ref doesn't stop it, don't stop it like 9 seconds into the fifth round. Like, it sounds like you want him to go out in this stretcher, so let him.
Chill.
It's like if you're not gonna stop it after the second knockdown, he was done. Like he was done after the first knockdown,
And
but
then
the
he,
second
then he
knockdown,
literally landed like one punch, and then he
I think he
touched him
landed
with
like
it.
4 punches in the fifth round, and then it was like, no, I'll stop it. Yeah, we should have done that 70 seconds ago. It's like,
No, he's not dead enough.
I don't know,
His death isn't ripe yet.
he hasn't taken enough punches from a big puncher and a giant man. Yeah, Sheeraz looked big. Sheeraz was big.
I can't believe he made 54.
I can't believe he makes 68. This is his first fight.
he does look massive.
Like, Berlanga is a big guy, and he looks bigger than Berlanga. Like, not just a little bit bigger, I mean, he just looks massive compared to Berlanga.
I wonder how much he weighed in the ring.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably less than Berlanga, to be honest. Berlanga rehydrates a
Well,
lot.
I was just like Berlanga. I swear is like jolted about him being huge in the ring. Like
Apparently,
190s.
apparently he was over 200 against Killamo. I don't know whether that's true or not. Probably just
There's no way.
people saying, "Oh, he was a heavyweight. That's why Killamo didn't stop him." We didn't stop because he's fucking washed.
He's so washed. They need to bring out the Gap band to bring Canelo out for the Crawford.
They need to bring out a wheelchair so we can retire.
God, he's so
talking about Canelo, they're talking about putting Sheeraz in with him.
fuck off.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind that.
Sheeraz might beat him.
It might be.
That's a ridiculous statement, but Canelo might just be washed.
Might be.
No, but
He
like
is
might be.
washed.
He's overly cooked.
And like
Well, he won't be sticking him in with Canelo anyway once Crawford beats him.
How's the Sheeraz against Terence Crawford?
Yeah,
How's
how's
the
Sheeraz gonna
Sheeraz?
fight Terence Crawford? the new undisputed super middleweight champion as well.
Imagine the
Can you
size
imagine?
difference.
One, the size difference, and two, Terence Crawford going out on a KO loss to Hamza Sheeraz.
Ew.
Just how ridiculous that would be. Like, yeah,
Disgusting.
when you were like, when you were unifying titles, he was getting beat on by Bradley Skeet, and now you've just been iced by him. Like, yeah, well done. But yeah, I think the Billy fight is probably the best fight for Shiraz. That's a properly good fight. But they won't do it because, they're keeping Shiraz cold for Canelo, aren't they? Quite obviously. Or a big fight because he's Turkey's favourite fighter. He's not. He's taken over the Mark Chamberlain role, and he's Turkey's favourite fighter now.
Jesus Christ.
Good. Mark
Yeah.
He's
Chamberlain.
better, I guess. Fuck.
We'll, we'll move on to an eventful fight. An eventful fight week. We'll talk about the fight first, and then we'll talk about the other stuff because that sort of leads on to another topic that we've got to talk about. Um, Imam Katayev beat David Morrell, and I think it was a really competitive fight. It was a close fight, but I thought he clearly won it. It was one of those ones. A lot of the rounds were really easy to score, if I'm being honest, and I think he won 96-93. I think he won 5 rounds very clearly, and there was one close round. And I think, obviously, with a knockdown, he only needed to win 5 to win the fight, and I think he pretty clearly won 5 rounds to win that fight. So yeah, I think
Which,
Katayev got a bit hard done by.
and Morel, like, just gonna keep his gloves in his pocket the entire fight. You don't deserve rounds for not throwing any punches. I don't. I don't get that.
It's like he picked it up in the second half when Katayev gassed, but like he lost most of like the first 6 rounds. And like I don't have any sympathy for Katayev that he lost, but like if you're gonna let him fight, I mean you have to at least be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, he
we'll,
probably
we'll,
Not
shouldn't
have
have been fighting, but
Yeah, like
yeah,
it shouldn't have happened. But if you're gonna let him do it for whatever reason,
you gotta give
money,
him the shit. He clearly won.
you just gotta be fair to him, I guess. Like yeah, fuck him. But
but he did win.
he did win the fight, like
Yeah,
easily. Well, not easily, because like, it's such a funny. Because he won the fight, but he was like gas at the end, getting hurt right at the final
I was
bell.
like,
Like
if,
there
if
was,
it was 12 rounds, he might have got
yeah,
that.
if it's 12 round, he was getting stopped because he was gassed. And that's like, losing to Katayev is such a bad look because he hasn't looked good recently at all. But yeah, I mean, his power just made Morel gun shy. I don't know what's happened with Morel. Go back down to 168. Clearly not good at 175. Like he just looks slow.
maybe the turnaround from the Benavides fight was a bit too quick. I don't know.
Maybe he's just not as good as people said.
Yeah, maybe. But
Like, well, at least at 175. I mean, he
Yeah,
hasn't looked
we
good
could
at
have deduced
175.
we could have deduced that.
Yeah, like he hasn't looked good at 175 outside of hurting Benavides. He hasn't looked good at, and even then he got bad in that fight.
yeah.
Like in his, I guess in his defense, he's fought like good fighters in the way like Hot Rod is good. Benavides obviously great. Katayev, I mean, he's not terrible, even if he hasn't looked good recently. I mean, he was still been on a tear other than his last fight. Like he's hit bloody hard. I mean, his shots they just sound just powerful.
Yeah, there's probably a reason for that. But
Yeah, there is, but
right, we'll get
I
onto
mean,
it.
If he is, like, there is something wrong with him because he can't be on some sort of type of shit and have this such bad stamina. I guess he
Yeah,
could because
that
he's so muscly, he's massive. I
well,
just don't know.
right. So for those who don't know, because nobody covered it, surprisingly, there was like two boxing scene articles, and that was it. Because nobody wants to talk about it because they're all paid off by the person putting on the event, so nobody wants to actually talk about it. So Imam Katayev, it was announced this week after an ongoing investigation, he's been banned from amateur boxing because of a positive drugs test for clomiphene, which is the same thing that Conor Benn tested positive for. That was around the Richard Bolotnik's fight. He was also doing an amateur competition. He popped for that. So, you know, he's banned from amateur competition. He's currently serving a PED ban. Bektamir Manakuziev had a similar thing to this, where he was banned from amateur boxing because of a drug test issue and was allowed to box as a pro. How can we have this? Like, what's going on with this sport where you can allow somebody to be banned in one place but not banned in another? Like, it's so stupid. Like,
Yeah, yeah, but it's fine. He failed his drug test over a year ago, man. Let him fight.
yeah, like, that's the whole point. You get multi-year bans for it. That's the point. Like,
Yeah, he's banned for 2 years. He's banned until
next year,
July 2027. He's banned for
or
2 years.
2027, yeah.
It's not back. It's not even backdated either,
Yeah, like,
which is hilarious.
this is the thing I don't get with it. Like, how can you be. And how can no one say anything? How can, like, the commission not say anything? How can Morel's team put him in with someone like that? How can Turkey not pull the event? Like, how can you just let that happen? I don't get it.
Oh, we get it.
I,
But
I, I get it, I get it, but it's getting to a point where it's so frustrating because it's like, Jesus Christ, man. He's like, it's not even like, oh, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. No, no, no. Like, he's actually on a ban. He's legitimately suspended. It's not like, oh, mate, he is in this area, but we've got an ongoing case and and we haven't officially banned him. No, like, he is banned. What? Why is he fighting?
it's not, oh, he's banned amateur boxing. He can fight pro. What you think if he's on stuff in amateur boxing, he's not taking it for pro boxing?
Yeah,
Like,
He's probably going
look,
harder in the pro boxing.
the thing with like people failing drug tests is they failed a drug test because they fucked up their cycle, and
yeah,
just because they've passed drug tests doesn't mean they're not on anything. That just means they got their cycle right. That's just how it is. Like, my favorite fighters on PEDs, your favorite fighters on PEDs. Anyone who's a top level fighter and can afford it is on PEDs.
yeah. It's just the sort of, I don't know. You might as well just let them all on it. To be honest, just say we're not going to test anyone. You can do what you want. Because what's the point? What's the point in this drug testing thing?
Even playing field. Everyone just on the juice.
Yeah, and like,
And that's 27 deaths in a month.
Yeah.
it's
This
just
guy's had a heart attack for injecting fucking, I don't know, some crazy steroid into his ass. 7 liters of it.
but I guess we got to move on to another PD issue, haven't we? Jesus, we were wrong. We were wrong. No, no,
Oh, for
no, no.
fuck's
I,
sake.
I've thought a lot about this over the past few days. Um,
How bad I want to rope myself right now. I made a
no,
highlight
yeah,
video.
no. Look, on a serious note, like, I've thought a lot about this particular thing with Rodriguez, and look, a lot of what we said was still true. Yeah, because like a lot of it was he hasn't failed a test. Why are we screaming that he's a ped cheat? Da 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 da. You know, wait until there's a positive test, then throw the book at him. But I don't think he is. And da da da. He has fought like that all his career. Granted, now he's failed. He should get banned. He should get all this, and it's horrible for UFI, and it's really bad for him. But like, I don't want to hear the same people that have been using legal technicalities and stuff for Conor Ben for the past 3 years and doing all running propaganda for him and running PR for him over everything. These so-called independent people. I don't want to hear them coming out and saying, "Oh no, like ban him for life." Da, 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 da. Oh no, but when it's Ben, it's like, well, we got to do the process and it's jurisdiction and all these technicalities and stuff that you're running. I don't want to hear that from people, and that's sort of part of the reason that I was probably so defensive over it as well. To be honest, like I was probably like a bit pissed off that you see a British fighter get beat up, your immediate reaction is to scream about peds, but you've been running PR for Conor Ben for years. That was probably part of it, being honest. Like I'm not gonna say I thought he was and da 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 da. I didn't think he was on PDs. But probably part of it, and part of the reason I was so sort of pissed off about people screaming about it, was probably because of the way we treat foreign fighters in this country compared to British fighters. I mean, look at the PR we run for people like Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's, where's his B sample? Nobody's asking that. That's been years. That's been like over 5 years now. 6 years even. Like, all this stuff. And Tyson Fury, nobody talks about that. The reason he was out the ring wasn't because of depression. It was because he failed a drug test for Nandrolone. We run PR for all these people, but we see a foreign fighter beat up a Brit and then instantly start screaming he's a ped cheat. And that really annoys me. Like, yes, in this situation, they're right. And Rodriguez should get banned and he should serve a suspension, and it's awful for UFI. And I feel really bad for UFI. But Jesus Christ, like, we've got to stay consistent. We've got to stay consistent because it's getting to a point where it's so annoying. And it's honestly created sort of this xenophobic thing in British boxing particularly, where it's like, we have different standards for foreign fighters compared to Brits, and it's ridiculous. And that's probably part of the reason. But yeah, Rodriguez should get banned. And he should get banned because he was on PEDs and he should get done for it. But yeah, that's what I've really got to say for it. Like, we were wrong, is what it is. That we've still got to keep treating people equally.
Like, people on Twitter, okay, cool. You want to say he's on PEDs, fine. But when you're on the broadcast, you should not be accusing anyone of being a ped cheat. I don't care if you're right. Don't do it. We were wrong. I talk so much shit. But it's like, yeah, he's on shit as a 27th millionth fighter who's failed a test with Eddie Reynoso. Like, I know he's his manager and like he has a different trainer, but like
he needs to be investigated.
Mauricio Sullivan keeps saying he's trained by Eddie Reynoso, so I don't know. Like, there could be a joint thing, like with Virgil Ortiz, like trained by his dad and Robert Garcia. I don't know. But, well, she was just given someone an insane beating.
Life-altering beating.
Like, that's not even a
career
altering beating. This is a life-altering beating. Like, you don't take 500 punches and be the same. Like, just a person, not just fight a person. Alright, that's insane. And ban him for, well, he's going to get absolutely destroyed. He just beat a British guy whilst cheating in his home city. Yeah, he's getting like a 4-year ban.
It might get longer than that. The way he beat on him. And on top of the fact it should not even been thought of as bad of beating because it should have been stopped like 5 rounds before.
But at the very, I guess technically he could still be innocent. I mean, it wasn't like they just found adverse findings. I mean, the same shit happened with Beterbiev, and he was proven clean. So he could still be
Well, he could still be
proven
fine,
innocent.
just like how you're not gonna be like, oh, Baturbia fights differently. He might be on some shit. Chivas never fought any other way than that.
I
So unless you're
mean,
accusing him to have never fought without PEDs, then this might just be one of those things where the the machismo in his body is just spiked his thing. But I don't know.
Look, look. We let it play out, but like he should get a ban. Like, but let it play out. Like they're gonna run adverse findings on beef and herbal tea and eggs and you know whatever they're gonna do. But like we already know. Like ban him, move on. Like it's bad. It's bad, man. And yeah, but Jesus Christ, this
We
country,
should
man.
we
If
should
you're
also
running for your
we should do an episode like at some point of like the British inconsistencies, like
there's loads of them.
of the scoring, the fighting, the the refs, the just the discourse altogether. It's just not consistent, like at all on any topic. The fighting, the managing, none of it.
I mean, look, we got media members who are still claiming to be independent and unbiased, running around in private jets with promoters, holding their microphones, being directly employed by their broadcasters. Like the just British boxing as a whole it just stinks, man. It just stinks. It's really bad. Like, and is really just not enjoyable. Like most of the fights are crap. Um, we haven't really got many top level fighters. The politics is awful. Um, the media is a disgrace, and most of the fans are just so heavily patriotic that it just like pulling your hair out, screaming like, no, these like no. I see someone this week saying Anthony Yarde's in a 50-50 fight with Benavidez. Like, yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, we could do like a 10 episode series on that. And just
I generally like one of these off weeks. We could probably do one of those.
probably could, yeah. We probably should. It'd be quite fun. Um. Anyway, what else is there this week? We're gonna do another episode in the midweek to talk about all the fights next weekend. Bam and Pacquiao and Usyk. But anything else? Yeah. Rato Tatsumi won on the undercard. He looked good. Against the Total Journeyman. Another thing. Get Coppinger on commentary. Coppinger saying he's ready for world titles. He's ready for world titles next year when he's fighting a 1-7 journeyman. Like, yeah, good one.
I wanted to
Um,
headbutt the wall here with his voice.
he's just awful. Like, just get him off commentary. He's bad enough on Twitter, but and then yeah, there was a pro box show. Eric Badillo won the WBC eliminator against Zapata. Vlad Hernandez lost to Veron. And there wasn't a lot else on that show, I don't think. Akitsugi beat Jonas Sultan by Yude as well. But that's about it. I don't know if you saw anything else. Oh, actually, there was that. There was that. What's his name? What's his name? Because somebody won the This wasn't on the schedule because the WBA decided to hide it all week until Friday, until the morning of the fight.
Yeah.
Alessandro Ricocchini beat Jesus Correa on Friday to win the interim WBA super lightweight title. Yes, the interim title. If you're thinking you haven't heard of these people before, it's because you haven't seen them fight, because they've been fighting in random halls in Latin America fighting guys that are blatantly paid off to take a dive. Yeah, just awful. It's just awful that like you can get a title this way, and they got an interim title now. This 37-year-old Italian. Like, what's going on? What is going on? But anyway, we'll move on to the news, I guess. I don't know if you saw anything else.
No.
News. We've done the Peds talk. Yeah. What a week it's been. Javante Davis is back. Doing Javante Davis shit, isn't he? Like, Jesus. He's just a mess.
Get him out of my fucking sport.
He's horrific. He's a mess. Just a horrific scumbag of a person. And yeah, that's all we're gonna say. And it looks
Lock
like
him up. Lock him up.
it looks like the Roach rematch is off. So just make Roach against Shakur, because that's 1 versus 2. Because we all know that Roach beat up Tank.
Look, lock Javante Davis up. Give Roach his belt, and they can unify.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
What a waste of a career.
When he was on, he was so good as well. But now it's just like he's so inactive and he's not really fighting guys, and
He's only fighting girls. And shit's crazy.
It's so bad.
And when he is fighting, he's getting gifts against Lamont Road.
Yeah,
taking knees because he thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But yeah.
It's not good. Anyway, a slightly more positive piece of news: Denzel Bentley and Saavedra have been ordered for a WBO final eliminator. I have no idea where that fight's going to happen, but it's a good fight.
Whatever does happen, they're gonna beat the shit out of each other.
We need it to happen in York Hall.
Jesus.
Tiny ring. Saavedra just beating him up.
They don't need that much room.
It won't matter if it's a 24 by 24-foot ring. It doesn't matter. They'll just be fighting in a foam box in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. I think Saavedra is going to beat him up, man. Saavedra ain't Brad Paul's, and Brad Paul's had enough success. Like, yeah, not a good fight for Denzel Bentley. But yeah, couple of other bits. Nathaniel Collins against Cristobal Lorente is done for October, for the European title, and Osles Iglesias against Vladimir Shishkin. Finally, the IBF has got a final eliminator over the line after about 10 people pulled out of it. September 4th in Montreal, and Iglesias is going to take his head off, I think. In that tiny that's where Saavedra and Bentley need to fight, in the Montreal casino.
The illegal ring they got.
Yeah, the casino ring that's just like literally the size of a big table.
Bunch of rich people who probably don't know anybody fighting in there.
The casino, man. What a place the Montreal casino is. Yeah, it's been a weird week. It's been a good week of actual boxing, but not a very good week out of the ring, I don't think. Yeah, just like it felt like every single day last week there was just something bad going on. It was just frustrating. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. No. Okay then, right. So we've got the big weekend next week. We're gonna put an episode out on Wednesday for that, I think. Obviously, Usyk, Pacquiao, Bam, all of that good stuff. And most importantly, Lawrence Okolie's back, so you can all moan about that. So yeah, Thank you for listening.
See you in episode 68.